Hi Melaluna, this is Sharon from Rhythm Station. Hope to see you tonight. Enjoy. We got a lot of, well, nice show, of course, with a special new element that we don't do on every show, but for Melaluna we have brought it with us. It's a bit of a surprise because it's an extra element in our show. It's more a visual kind of thing. It's not like an appearance of someone. But that, it's, and of course we look at what kind of festival do you play, and of course Melaluna is a different festival than a more mainstream festival, so you choose your songs on that. No, I love festivals. It's for me enjoyable because I love watching other bands and meeting other bands again that I've already met in the past, or sometimes meet new people. It's always for me. It's like even better doing than your own show because it's an extra because there's so many other things happening. It's not just your own show that you're preparing, but you can watch other people play and also Melaluna, of course, is this amazing festival also where you have this nice site where you can walk around and look at people because people are dressed up so beautifully, and I can watch that the whole day because I just enjoy it so much. Well, I think well, you see small trends and they become big trends and then they go again. But I must say that a lot of elements that were there in the beginning are still there. So you see a lot of feathers, you see a lot of lace, you see a lot of velvet, and leather, of course, which will always be. But I don't. What I see mostly, what I think is a nice development, a lot of headpieces that I find very spectacular, and so it's especially the jewelry that people are, that's really nice. Now, what's always been my challenge mostly, for me personally, is like I always want to, just like the rest of the band, write the best new song ever for myself. No, not for anybody else, just to feel that excitement again of writing a great song. And of course, if you've written already so much, then it gets more difficult every time to be original. So it's always trying to keep yourself inspired, but I love that also. So it's not something that I have to force myself to be, but it's more something that comes naturally. But it is of course you have certain things ingredients that you always use or that you are attracted to. So sometimes you have to break free a little bit from that to really create something new, and that's maybe the hardest process to realize what your how do you say that? Your immediate attractions are. So if your attractions are always, for instance, melancholy, try to get a bit away from that. Maybe use melancholy in a different way again, but recognize what the things are that you like so much, but also use them every time in a different way. So. My roots, I have so many different roots because I am a grunge girl from originally. That's how I got into in the more heavy music. My parents were always playing a lot of kinds of music from Black Sabbath to Deep Purple, but also lighter stuff like Chris Rea or Queen and stuff like that. So I grew up with a lot of things around me that I found very beautiful. But for myself, what I chose was to be a grunge girl when I was a teenager. And then I met Robert, and I didn't know about, well, not about, for instance, Paradise Lost. I'd never heard of them before, and then he introduced me to those kind of bands, but also Dead Can Dance, which I think those are the ground roots of what I became later on. It's all based on those kind of bands that I found very inspiring. And of course, from the band perspective, was more Iron Maiden and Marillion, especially for Robert was Marillion. He was a huge Marillion fan. So it's a melting pot of a lot of great bands, and then just, of course, you develop yourself from that, and then you get, you make new music, but also always with the roots that you have, of course. Well, you know, I know all of them, and I'm in contact with every one of them. Actually, yeah, there's not. I don't think there are many that I don't have contact with, and I think it's. I think we've come to realize that we're stronger together than separate. Meaning like that it's good to support each other on social media and then to give a positive vibe to our fans and to everybody around us, because that's more important than always be trying to be different or something. I don't know, but it's yeah, we have contact, so yeah, and it's a very positive. Yeah, that's one of the ladies that I really respect, because she's one of the biggest songwriters in the music industry, and not even in a subgenre like you know, a certain like female-fronted music is in, of course, but it's like yeah, girls like her and Tori Amos and Kate Bush, you know, they're all big examples of ladies who made it on their own way, in their own strength, and in their own way of making music. And there's always been an inspiration for, I think, every girl in music. It's good to have examples. Yeah, several times, but it's like a chain reaction. You know, you give and you get back, and they will give back to others again. So that's a really beautiful thing, I think. Yeah. What I get from the people, I get energy from them. I get the interaction is most important for me to be in the band. Of course, you play your songs over and over again, and people say, "Oh, don't you get fed up with it?" But it's the original reactions that people do. You know, and we make jokes on social media, and then all of a sudden you see that come back in front of the audience that you're playing. Like we were like, I got some silly hats from one of our fans, and they had like flapping ears, and we made a video of that. And now yesterday we played in Jungergarten in Dresden, and there was a whole bunch of bunnies all of a sudden in front of the stage, all having ears and doing stuff. So that's the kind of thing that's you know, it's just having fun with each other and enjoying music. That's the basic thing, you know. It's not that all that crazy. It's just a basic thing that everybody needs.